Hi guys, thanks for joining me. It seems a bit weird doing a video, having not done one for a couple of weeks. I thought I'd just give an update on what's happening with the channel and where I've been. So I've just had a 2 week holiday, and 1 week we spent in Plymouth, and I'll just pop that in front. So Plymouth is in the south of England, south coast, and not far from Cornwall. I've never been there before, and we managed to hire a flat for 5 nights. So myself, the wife and the 2 kids spent a really enjoyable time in Plymouth. And it wasn't until we'd got down there and put the bags in the flat that the wife said, shall we go and have a look at the Mayflower steps? And although I'm a historian, sometimes I just don't put 2 and 2 together, and of course Plymouth is where the Mayflower sailed from. So we immediately went to the harbour, and we had a look at where the Pilgrim Fathers set sail from. And then on the return to the flat, we went a different route, and we come across the Plymouth Gin Distillery. And again, although obviously I've heard of Plymouth Gin, I hadn't clocked the fact that the distillery was actually within the centre. So that was quite cool. Myself and the wife did the tour there a couple of days later, and that was really interesting. Originally, part of the building was part of a monastery, and then when Henry VIII dissolved the monasteries, it became part of a manor house. And in 1620, when the Pilgrim Fathers came to Plymouth to set sail, they spent their last night, or at least the blokes did, actually in the manor house. And the building where they stayed is where now the gift shop and the cocktail bar is for the Plymouth Gin Distillery, which I found a bit because obviously the Pilgrim Fathers were Puritans, and now it's a bar for people to go out on the lash, so to speak. So a really interesting place. I really enjoyed our holiday. We on occasions try to pack a lot in, but on this one it was just a case of chilling, just relaxing, going to the beach, do some rock pooling to see if we can find crabs and starfish and that sort of thing with the kids. Really great time, really enjoyed it. Now you recall that in my last video I said there would be more, hopefully there would be kill team on the channel. That's still, I'm hoping that will be the case, and that I was taking some figures away to get those painted. Well, I took another set of figures away with me, and they got painted and the kill team stuff didn't, and I'll just show you those now. So here are the figures that are painted. These are Dryads from the Age of Sigmar game that Games Workshop produced, and these warriors are from the Sylvaneth army. So these are your basic troops for Sylvaneth. The figure in the front, which I'll just pick up and show you, is a branch witch, and I just had a lot of fun painting these. I went for more of a grey colour than a lot of people do. They tend to go for brown, but when I've looked at trees in and around the area, the trunks of them tend to be more of a grey hue. The other thing is that the leader for, or one of the leaders you can have for the Sylvaneth army is Drycha Hamadreth, and she's got a sad backstory where basically for the destruction of the forests and the mortal realms, she basically lost her mind, and because destruction of of the things that she loved, and so consequently she's she's very bitter, and she sounds like a manic depressive, to be honest. Now the Queen of the Sylvaneth has considered whether she needs to destroy her, but for the moment she's let her live. So with that kind of melancholy background, I wanted my figures, because basically she will be the leader of my army. I wanted them to tie in with that, so I wanted them darker and a bit more sombre than some of the Sylvaneth colours that you could do. So I managed to get these painted up, I think there's 17 figures altogether, over the 5 nights. Really enjoyed doing them. It was mainly dry brushing and then just picking out some of the detail, painting some of the detail on them. When I got back, the first night I got back, I started painting Drycha Hamadreth, and I'll just show you how she's turned out. So here she is. Basically she has the ability for woodland creatures, practically like bees, can attack opponents like a ranged attack. I really like this figure, and as I say, I really like the backstory to why she is what she is. I enjoyed painting this. Again, not very detailed on the actual wood, a lot of dry brushing, and then just picking out some of the bits and pieces with the paintbrush. So I've still got quite a bit to do for this army, but quite exciting times getting back into Age of Sigmar. Both my son and myself have played 3 games. I didn't use these, I used my Ogres that you've seen in the past, and he used some Stormcast Eternals that he's painting up. And we just, well, I did the army list for both of us, and the first 2 games I miscalculated and my son was playing with 200 points less. So I won both those games, then obviously realised my mistake, apologies to him, and we played a 3rd game and I managed to win that one as well with my Ogres. I don't know what it is, but the Ogres just seem a bit OP. We're not using magic at the moment. We're just trying to get the basic rules in our heads, you know, the moving, shooting, combat, and that kind of thing. So it may be a different kettle of fish once we start using magic and so on. But I still had fun with him, and that's the whole reason why I'm getting back into wargaming, to spend more time with him and playing this type of game. The other exciting news from Games Workshop is that they've brought back into the shops Lord of the Rings. Now they've done a new box set, I think it is Battle of Pelennor Fields, and I was talking to the manager at my local store, Dean, the store in Birmingham, and he'd been given stock to last him till Christmas, and the stuff now that you can't get in the shop because it's been sold. It would appear that the response for the return of Lord of the Rings, the Return of the King, has just been huge, and perhaps better than Games Workshop expected. And I hope that that will give them some idea as to how gamers will support them if they bring the range back and the figures back. Rules have come out, new rules have come out, new army lists come out for the Lord of the Rings. Army lists have got to come out for the Hobbit, and again some exciting things in there, some characters that you had previously that weren't particularly good. Now they've had a bit of a revamp and much better. One of those, for instance, is the Balrog. One of my favourite characters, in fact my favourite character after Treebeard. The Balrog previously wasn't used in games because of 1 or 2 issues with his rules, but now I think they've sorted that out, and hopefully we'll see him in a few games. I'll certainly try and get mine painted to a better standard than it is at present and use that. So it would appear that I'm spending a lot of time painting figures up. That is the case. One of the reasons that the word mayhem is in my channel name is because this is what I'm like. There's something shiny comes along and it takes my attention, and other things get put to one side. Having said that, I'm still progressing on Dog's appreciation build. It's actually got some paint on it now, Dog, and it's looking good. I kind of took my eye off the ball with that. I was trying to make it the model as I was just, rather than allowing it to be a simple build because it was a Matchbox kit and I wanted to recapture that joy of just building Matchbox kits. I was stressing out about how to get it done perfectly, and I think the break that I had, the holiday break I had, was good for me, because when I came back it was just like, just build it, just have fun, which is what it's all about. And people keep telling me that, and I keep saying yes, I understand that, and then I forget it. So the Liberator that I'm doing with Charlie, Charlie's obviously built his. He's also built his Charlotte A, the ship, which was a fantastic job. So good. That's got the wings on, it's got the engines on, it's got everything practically external on it. I've just got to do some filling in various places and get that sorted. So those are progressing. I intend to do all the group builds that I've entered and the builds that I said I would do for those, but it just may take me a bit longer because I want to get one or two of these armies sorted out so me and my son can spend time. So I'm hoping that there'll be a better mix of stuff on the channel. There'll be some wargaming stuff and there'll be modelling stuff. In the past I've tended to concentrate on just one thing, and perhaps those people who are not interested in that have kind of lost interest in the channel, so I'm hoping that there'll be something for everybody, from the wargaming side of things and from the modelling side of things. I just want to say thanks ever so much for your support, guys. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who subscribed to me. Thank you to the new subscribers as well. That was a nice surprise, to not having done anything for a while and then found that my subscriptions have gone up, and I do appreciate that. And thank you for the comments in the last two videos as well. I'm sorry if I haven't responded to them, but I will try and get round to that and respond to you all. So I hope everything is going well with yourselves, that the builds that you're doing are behaving themselves and are going well, and I hope that I will catch up with you soon with another video. Take care, everyone.